Hey everyone, my name is Roasty, and as part of my informational series on Arma 3, here's a guide to guerrilla warfare, also called asymmetrical warfare. First, what is asymmetrical warfare? Asymmetrical warfare refers to conflict between forces of different sizes and capabilities, often a resistance movement that's both smaller in size and less technologically capable than their superior peacekeeping force adversaries. If you've ever played Arma Anti-Stasi, you have engaged in guerrilla warfare. Waging a successful guerrilla campaign often means that your end goal is not to beat your enemy in single combat, man to man, but to harass, harry, and hinder with the intention of weakening your enemy to the point that they surrender or withdraw. To that end, here are some macro-level tactics and strategies that you can use to liberate your virtual homeland. The backbone of any guerrilla campaign is the ambush. Ambushes may be carried out against enemy squads, convoys of troops or supplies, or high-value targets, such as enemy high command. Ambushes utilize concealment and full cover to attack an enemy, using the element of surprise as a force multiplier to level the playing field, or even tip it in the guerrilla's favor. The basic components of an ambush are threefold: the initial attack, the mopping up, and the withdrawal. The initial attack should be decisive and severely damaging, making the most of those vital first seconds when the enemy has not yet reacted to your threat. Roadside bombs are great for this, as are RPGs and other squad weapons such as the PKM or the M249 SAW. If available, medium machine guns and other crew-served weapons should be used here as well. The intention is to cause as much damage and disruption as possible, targeting first obvious commanders, then mission-critical personnel such as drivers, vehicle gunners, intelligence officers, and those enemies carrying larger weapons such as machine guns or RPGs. This step then naturally translates into the mopping up, when all enemies should be engaged. This time should last no longer than a minute or two, as you will then need to withdraw. If possible, enemies should be searched for intelligence, then any weapons or other useful assets that can be quickly carried away to help further the insurgency's efforts. Then, finally, the friendly elements must withdraw as quickly as possible, avoiding any further contact or quick reaction forces, or QRFs. To this end, it may be helpful to have a safe house nearby, where your loot, weapons, and rucks can be safely stored, allowing friendly units to disperse into the civilian population with ease. Next, guerrillas may elect to raid enemy installations. A raid is as close to conventional warfare as guerrillas generally get, as most raids employ large numbers of personnel with the intention of overwhelming the defenders. Note that the long-term strategy isn't to capture and hold the territory, as defenders will almost certainly be crushed by any large reactionary force. Rather, the intent is to quickly overwhelm the defenders, gather any supplies or weaponry that isn't nailed down, and withdraw before overwhelming force can be brought to bear. Raids and ambushes can play out very similarly, as raids are often begun by car bombs or other improvised detonations that create a breach in the enemy's defenses. From there, guerrillas move in quickly on foot, clearing whatever checkpoint or outpost they're trying to raid. Then, once the enemy forces inside are neutralized, immediately beginning the withdrawal. Enemy vehicles may be commandeered for this purpose, but be sure to clear this with any commanders on site, as well as other friendlies in the area. You don't want to get hit with friendly fire as you're making your withdrawal. Popular targets as far as loot goes are often mounted machine guns or grenade launchers, enemy weapons and ammo, and intelligence. Finally, same as the ambush, get out of there. The enemy will almost certainly send a QRF, and you don't want to be around when they do. Finally, thanks to the generally clandestine nature of their operations, guerrillas may elect to attempt assassinations of enemy leadership if intelligence allows. These operations may be carried out by smaller teams, such as sniper teams or machine gun sections. Stay tuned for tactics for these smaller teams in a later video. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you learned something. Until next time, don't let the rounds hit you where the bottom half splits you. I'll see you around.